Hello, my name is Austin, and today I will be walking you through my action research study, which is Positivity is the Key: How Positive Reinforcement Impacts Student Behaviors Within the Classroom. Educators rely on effective classroom management strategies throughout their career. One way that we can do this is by utilizing positive reinforcement and specific praise within this. We are always looking to find the most effective way to manage classroom behaviors. This helped me to develop my research question, which is: what impact will positive reinforcement have on the behaviors within a first grade classroom? A sub question that I developed within my research was also then: what is the most effective form or method of positive reinforcement within my first grade classroom? There's many articles and research about classroom management. These relate to either programs that allow for management at the classroom or school-wide level, and they also show many different strategies that we can use. One such program would be PBIS, or Positive Behavior Intervention Support. PBIS is a great way to utilize a school-wide program that targets 80% of the population in its first tier. It is based upon mini lessons, which teachers can use to show explicit expectations of the behaviors that they want. These mini lessons are shown in many ways, and they are school-wide, which means there's consistency throughout the school. The benefits include a better, more positive environment at the school, as well as a positive and more effective way to manage behaviors school-wide. Within PBIS are behavior-specific praise statements, or BSP statements. BSP is a way that we can praise students for good behaviors while also giving them a goal to reach, or other students a goal to reach. If you tell a student that they're doing great, but just leave it at that, they may not know exactly what they are doing well, and therefore won't know what to keep doing well. However, if you tell a student, "Great job, I love the way that you are walking so quietly down the hallway," they will then know that what they're doing great is walking quietly in the hallway, and that they can keep working towards continuing to walk quietly down the hallway and continue to have positive behaviors. Educators can also be preventative in their work and work to target students that are at risk for developing behavior disorders. Ways that we can do this include having a positive environment, and we can facilitate positive interactions by explicitly detailing what behaviors we want the students to exhibit. We can do this within PBIS by using those behavior-specific praise statements. These students will feel more positive and will have goals to work towards for more appropriate behaviors. Other literature revolved around student achievement and the effects of classroom management on student achievement. Teachers are very concerned about student achievement and how we can better improve the achievement of our students. One way that we can do this, according to the research, is that we can have effective classroom management strategies that keep the classroom managed so that higher levels of instruction can happen. Other strategies include the good behavior game, which is a way for teachers to create a game out of behaviors and be able to use positive reinforcement by allowing the winners of this game, or the students that are exhibiting the appropriate behaviors, to win a prize. Positive behavior support impacts are very important within the school. When you have positive behavior support, students feel more successful and feel more positive about themselves. Having a positive self-image allows them to be more successful and work harder to be successful in both behavior and academics. Methods of this study revolved around using behavior lessons that stemmed from PBIS lessons. At the start of our day, I would use a read aloud book and use a lesson out of the read aloud book. After I would read the book to my 18 students, we would discuss the lesson learned from the book and understand the expectations. Together, we would create an anchor chart that would allow the students to have their own input as well as take ownership over developing the expectations. These anchor charts are then hung in our room. Another part of the intervention was that every time students exhibited the appropriate behaviors that we were looking for, they earned a dojo point through the Class Dojo app. This I would do on my phone and track throughout any part of the day. At the end of the day, students would get to see their points, and if they earned 25 dojo points, they were able to pick a prize out of our prize box. For data collection, I was able to use these charts to monitor behaviors. After we discussed and the students were instructed on behaviors, I would then monitor these behaviors and chart how the students were doing. Two problem areas that I noticed for my class were walking in line through transitions and sitting on the carpet during instructional times. The charts below show the expectations that I was able to mark and that I was monitoring from my students. These charts were kept daily. Findings for the study showed that students progressed through the course of the study and ultimately, on average, had higher level of expected behaviors that they were exhibiting. Both the line behaviors and carpet behaviors increased. However, carpet behaviors showed a more severe increase. Line behaviors went through a little bit more of a curve and started off doing well, then dropped, and then regained themselves. The correlation between the positive reinforcement strategies that I was utilizing and the expected behaviors was not as strong as I anticipated. If you look below, one chart shows the number of dojo points given, which is my positive reinforcement strategy, and the average number of carpet behaviors expected. When looking at these two charts, you can see that the expected behaviors did not directly correlate and follow the number of dojo points given. At times, such as week 6, which should have been the absolute highest for behaviors exhibited, it was not. It was not low, but it was not high. Therefore, at times, some negative correlation was seen as well. Students were motivated, is what I found. However, I'm not sure that dojo points were the strongest motivator for my students. Future research for this should ensure that the teacher that is participating is using a high level of fidelity with their study. I noticed at times that I ran into the struggle of not giving out dojo points as consistently as others. This also ties in with my second point of finding a good intervention. Finding the best form of positive reinforcement, not only for your kids and that is highly motivating for your students, but also that is easy and something that you can maintain yourself as well. There's a lot going on throughout the day of instruction, and making sure that you can stick with it and keep yourself positive throughout your research is key to finding the best results. I look forward to discussing this with future educators, and I hope that others will be able to look at my research and have a strong starting point for ways to manage their classrooms as they are getting started. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my research.